There we go.
There we go. We're live, everybody.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another sometimes weekly edition of Shredding Social, because Joe and I know, you know what? The summer gets busy. Things are crazy. Families are here. We're enjoying that time. So we got to take advantage while we can. So Joe and I, we've been traveling. We've been hanging out. Plus, we've just been busy in the business. Ladies and gentlemen, you got to be active in business. And Joe and I have been absolutely making it happen. Joe, my friend, how the heck have you been? Been far too long.
Dude, so good. I'm not quite as tan as you are right now, but doing well. You know, summer's treating us great. I think you're right. The business is busy. It seems like finally things are starting to pick up a little bit for lenders, and it's really been a fascinating turn of events in the last couple of weeks, where I feel like a lot of lenders are finally like, all right, there is some hope and light at the end of the tunnel here for the crazy, crazy market we're in.
Dude, I would say that same thing. I've heard. So you and I follow the market so very closely. We have so many good friends and connections and executives that are great connections of ours. And it finally is. People are kind of coming out of it. Second quarter was rough for a lot of people. Yeah. And so we're really starting to see, like you said, that light at the end of the tunnel. A lot of positivity. People were trying to stay positive. Joe, you and I even talked about that, like, oh, you got to try, like, do your best. But people were at the back of their minds. They're like, what's going on? But it is. Things are turning around. We're seeing some really good things happen in the industry, which you and I, that's why we're back to Shredding Socials. We want to share the good. We want to share the positivity. We want to help all of our friends out there on the world of social media dominate, make it happen, and take advantage of markets like right now. And Joe, what better thing than what we're doing right now than video? And this is one of those discussions. It's video, images, with the rise of TikTok, with X now, really Twitter, for all of you who never heard that. Twitter's making a change over to X. You know, image platforms where Instagram started as an image platform, but videos, they're just ruling the day right now, Joe. So how important is it for us to be doing video versus images?
Yeah, I mean, it is the most important thing for your social media strategy, if not the only thing. I mean, you know, we always talk about there's the standards that you have to always do, right? Consistency, engagement, and just, you know, a strong brand, right? But showing up is the most important thing. But if the way that you show up, that's the part that's changing and has changed. And I think, you know, we're kind of slow in the mortgage world to adopt things, and the prevalence of Instagram Reels and TikTok has really pushed consumer behavior pretty dramatically. And we're seeing a lot more loan officers out there really adopt this. And, you know, we, from a social coach standpoint, have changed up our technology quite a bit to be able to post to both Instagram and TikTok. We're, you know, doing, and I know, Josh, you guys are doing a lot on the Shred U side with coaching on that and video editing as well. So we're leading this kind of movement here. But there's a reason why it's working, and the reason is the statistics behind it. You know, when you post a video of yourself talking, on top of all the benefits of people getting to know you, getting to see you, getting to understand the real you, there's stat after stat will show, and the one I like to use all the time is there is a 1,200% increase in engagement on video content versus the standard photo or text content. So think about that for a minute. 1,200% increase, right? So if you post and, you know, you get 10 likes, you're going to get 1,200 likes. Well, no, that's 12,000 likes. Yeah. So like, I say 12,000. It's dramatic, right? And so you have to think about how can you make the most bang for your buck if you're paying for it, or just, you know, get the most mileage out of your content, and that's video content.
Dude, it is video content. And you and I both, I know Social Coach, like you said, you guys have made some drastic and big changes to technology to ensure that companies can show up via video. There was a time where images ruled the day. I mean, look at Instagram. That's what Instagram started as. It was an image platform, the beautiful pictures. And now even Instagram, if you want to show good pictures, you put them in a reel, which is a video, which is just crazy to me. That just shows that that's where the attention of people is right now on social media. Again, TikTok has come in and has changed things so drastically. I actually had a conversation, Joe, with one of our good friends who's a big YouTuber, huge YouTuber. And I don't know if you saw the recent numbers come out, but basically TikTok it kind of took the first place, if you will, for the #1 search engine in the world, which is
for Gen Z. Yeah, for
for
sure.
Gen Z, for Gen Z. Yeah, I'm glad you,
Yes.
for Gen Z. And that just, here's what it did for all this though, is it pissed the other social media platforms, YouTube in particular, it really ticked them off and said, wait a minute, we're coming back. So we've seen some huge adjustments to YouTube Shorts. And again, this is all video focused, ladies and gentlemen. So if you have YouTube, which is a video platform, making some big changes and seeing if that's where the attention of all the eyeballs are, Joe, that's where we need to be. We need to be doing this content. And we're not saying, and again, Social Coach in particular, it has a great built-in platform where it can help you with some static images. We're not saying to stop all static images completely. Yeah. We're just saying video rules today. You need to be showing up more on video because that's what people are engaging with.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? I mean, when you can't, I mean, for a lot of people, video is really difficult, and we try to demystify that and make it easier for everybody. But if you're not going to do video, still do something, right? Like, we're not saying only do video. Go ahead, have automation, put regular content out there so people don't forget you, right? And that will help you show up consistently. But if you want to make an impact, you want to actually get retention of your message. This is why it's so important, right? It's not just for the likes and the vanity metrics. It's all about what kind of retention are you getting of your messaging. And people retain video messages like 50% higher than standard images. So you need to be doing that. That's how you make your personal brand grow.
You know, it's so funny, Joe, that you even bring that up with static images. As we were preparing for this, as you mentioned it, I looked up a quick stat with Coca-Cola. Mm-hmm. Do you know how much Coca-Cola pays to have video content, or how much do they spend in ad revenue with video content compared to what they do in like static? Like static is like billboards, ads in magazines, things like that. Do you have any idea how much it is?
How much greater it is?
Yeah, how much more it is?
Oh, geez. I don't know. 100 times.
275 times. Dude. Rough, dude. And that just goes. If Coca-Cola is spending that much more, if they know that's where the attention, think of Coca-Cola. They're such a big company. Like, they spend billions on advertising and marketing. Mm-hmm. If that's where their attention and focus is at, and even more than that, is their budget has shifted so much more to social media, showing up here, ladies and gentlemen. Like, if they're not a great example of who's doing it right, I don't know who is. So,
yeah. Well, Joe, think about your behavior alone. And this is for anybody who's still watching 7.5 minutes in. Last time you opened up Instagram, for example, what did you do? What was your behavior that Instagram has trained you to do? Did you scroll down and see all the things in the feed? Did you scroll across for stories, or did you hit that button for reels? I don't know about you, Josh. I'd love to hear what you do. Like, last time you opened up Instagram, what did you do?
Stories. I'm a stories guy, dude. I short form content. I like stories. Yeah. I like that's what's happening there. Yeah, there's some images posted in there, but reels, that's same thing. I go, first thing I do, I don't do the feed anymore. I look at stories and I go to reels. That's what's engaging to me, dude.
Honestly, that was the same. That is the same exact thing for me. I start with stories. You see, and the algorithms know which stories you like to engage with most. So it's always the same 100%. People. I know I'm going to like to see what they're doing. Right. Yep. And then when I get kind of bored of that, then I start going to a reel. Right. And then usually I get into reels from something that's sent to me from a DM of a meme or something. Then it just kind of gets you into it. But like, they suck you in. And then it's like, after you know it, you spent 20-30 minutes on a screen, like, what did I just watch? I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. But you could be on there. You could be in that feed where people are starting to show, like, the algorithm is starting to show your content where people are actually reviewing. Right? They're not going in the feed anymore. You gotta go on there. And
you do. And you mentioned we're 9 minutes in this, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Joe and I, we try to keep this short and sweet, but this is one of those things. You've heard us talk about it. Video rules the day. Yes, is it a little? Can it be complicated? Can it be complex? It can be, but keep it simple. That's why we love talking. Joe's talking about stories. Stories are simple. It's what's happening in the moment. No editing, no filters. You don't need anything. Just show up, be there. As Joe said earlier, showing up for your community is what they want. They want to see more of you. They want to hear more of you. That's it.
That's
Joe,
it, buddy. I love it.
As always, this has been brilliant. Guys, if you have any questions, reach out to Joe and I. We're here for you. We want to help guide you in this. And if you have topics you want to hear about on social as things continue to change, let us know. We'll shred about it. We'll shred some social about them all the time. So with that, guys, as always, we appreciate you. We love you. We hope all of you have an incredible week, and we'll see you soon. Later, Joe.